Hi, and welcome to the 2019 Paper 1 Junior Cert Higher Level. This is question 4 we're on here. And as usual, if you want to copy the notes I'm working off, just send me an email to shanetroy@gmail.com. The email address should be in the description below. So as usual, I say just stop, have a look, and see can you get this figured out, and then come back and see if you're right. So this first part here, part A, there's must be a 1 and a 2. There's 10 marks going for this. So let's read through. Katie has a gross annual income of this amount. Now 8.5, so almost 10% of this is taken away in pension contributions. That's important. The amount that is left is Katie's taxable income. Okay, so part 1 is saying work out that taxable income. So after the pension contributions have been deducted. So basically deduct them, okay, from it. So now there's different ways of doing this, but if I basically got 52,460 and multiply that by 8.5%, okay, that number will be how much is taken away, and I can subtract that from the 52,460 and get my answer. Alternatively, I could do here, I could take from 100% take the 8.5, and that's 91.5%. So Katie gets 91.5% of that 52,000-ish as her taxable income. So you can just go straight ahead and find that and save yourself that additional calculation. It's always worth pointing out that, let's say with the 91.5%, that's the same thing as 91.5 over 100. Okay, if you're dividing by 2 zeros, you can move the decimal place twice. So it's the same thing as 0.915. So if you multiply by that amount, 0.915, it's the same thing as multiplying by 91.5 over 100. Alternatively, you could just use the calculator button with the percentage. Okay. This is part 1. Part 2 here says Katie pays income tax on her taxable income at a rate of 20% on the first 34,000 and 40% on everything else. She has annual tax credits of 4,200, I wish. Part 2 says work out Katie's net income after the income tax has been deducted. Now, they're not mentioning on her taxable income. So, now, depending how you read this, okay, she pays tax on her taxable income. So that figure, the taxable income, okay, was 48,090 cents, or 48,000.9. So she's paying 20%. Some of that is 20% tax. Some of that is 40. Now, the 20% is on the first 34,000, okay, and the rest is 40%. So what is the rest? Let's find that out. So it's 0.9, take the zeros away, 4 from 8 is 4, 3 from 4 is 1. So on 14,000.9 euro, she pays at 40%. So we have two calculations going on there. You have 34,000, okay, multiplied by 0.2, okay, and you have 14,000.9 multiplied by 0.4. Now, just to note, the 0.2 and the 0.4 is the 20%. Remember I said in the last bit, 20% is the same thing as 0.2. Okay, now those figures are done out on the next page. Okay, so she pays 6,800 tax on the first 34,000. On the difference then of 14,000.9, she pays 40%, that's 5,626. Join them together, that's her gross tax. Now, when you get taxed, there's a certain amount of credit you're given depending on your circumstances. We're told that in her case, is 4,200. So take them away, that's the tax she actually owes. Okay, and then you're asked to find out her net income, okay, not the amount of tax. So there's another step to go. That's her 48,000 of taxable income. Take away her income tax, okay, and she comes out with 39,854. Okay, that's the part 2. So part B here says that Katie got a credit card bill 3 months ago for 420 euro. The interest on her credit card is 2% per month, compounded monthly. She has not paid off any of her bill. Work out what her bill is now. Okay, so with compound interest, the formula is in the maths tables. Okay, that's it there. Now you could do this piecemeal. Okay, in the first month, 420 plus the interest, and then you get 2% of that 420-ish, and then 2% of that, whatever that amount is, and just add them all up, and you get there. Okay, in this formula, the final amount, okay, is the F, P is the principal, the start amount, I is the interest, so 2%, and T is the time, which is 3 months. Okay, and P is the 420. So we have 3 of the 4 things for the formula. So let's throw them in. Okay, so I've just written out what I have here in front of me. Put the numbers in. Okay, instead of it. Now that 2% again, remember, is the same thing as 0.2. Oh, sorry, actually, scratch that. 2% is the same thing as 2 over 100. So it's the same thing as 0.02. Now, or you can put 2% in the calculator. Okay, so I have to go back. And or you can put in 2 over 100. So whatever way you want to program the calculator, as long as you do it correctly, you should come out with the answer. Now, if you think about it, okay, it's 3 months. If she owed like 4,000, pretty sure you're wrong. Credit cards are bad, but they're not that bad. So just there's always a real life thing going on here. So just make sure the numbers make sense. You know, she owes 445 after 3 months. Okay, that's a fair chunk of change she was giving away for free. That's why credit cards are bad. Now, part C here, this is a big question. Okay, the last part was 5. Katie bought a motorbike last year. Since she bought it, the bike has lost 10% of its value. The value of the motorbike is now 12,150. Okay, so we're given a figure of that 12,150. We want to find out how much the bike is now. Okay, so we can either take away 10%, okay, or work out what 10% is and take it away, okay, or we can multiply by the 90%. So I've done it here. I've kind of said, actually no, now that I look at the answer, I was going wrong. Your 12,150 is the price of the bike now. So 100% was the cost it was last year. We're now at 90% of its old value. So as my old math teacher used to yell, always find out what 1% is. So the way to do that is to divide both sides by 90. Okay, 90 divided by 90 becomes 1. And then you got this calculation here. And I'm just leaving that as a fraction. I'm going to multiply that by 100 to get up to 100%. Okay, and whatever answer I get rounds out to a nice 13,500. Nice round number. And that looks like our answer. Okay, so part C. Okay, so that's the end of question 4. So thanks very much and see you on question 5.